Hello. It's Monday. Another Monday night. Another Monday night. Yep, it's Monday. And my lighting is off. Doesn't matter how much planning I do, guess what? Stuff still needs to be adjusted at the last minute, or whatever. Hey y'all. Yep. There we go. Okay. Hey y'all. November 12th. Hi Milo. November 12th, 2018. What, that's like 4, 5, 6, like 7 weeks left of this year? Holy cow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hope y'all are doing well on this Monday evening. Hope y'all had a great weekend. The husband surprised me on Friday. He surprised me, I guess, Thursday night. He took Friday off. So all day Friday we went and ran errands and stuff. Our dog had a whole lot of testing and stuff that needed to be done. So we had to drop him off at the vet super early in the morning. And after we did that, we went and ran a bunch of errands and got a lot of stuff done before we picked him up like 5 o'clock that evening. Dropped him off at the house, and then we had to run to the Salvation Army dinner that night. So Friday was like super, super, super busy. So, but it was still very, very nice to have 3 full days with the husband. He works 24/7, so I'll take whatever time I can get. So it was super nice. On Saturday, we, what did we do on Saturday? We went grocery shopping, and we went and saw Bohemian Rhapsody. Super good, super good. Not gonna lie though, we went and saw Star is Born the week prior. I think that one's better than Bohemian Rhapsody, but 2 completely different movies. Well, not really. If you kind of compare. But either way though, both really good movies. We really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Yesterday, of course, was football Sunday. So I worked on planning a lot of stuff for today and for the next few. Marti's Amanda and the husband watched football. I made use of my time. He relaxed and rested on his time, which he should do. So anyway, it was really good. No, it was I thought it was an incredible movie. It was an incredible movie. But if I'm comparing the two, when I left, my feelings were much more, I was like super excited more, I guess, about A Star is Born than I was Bohemian Rhapsody. Either way though. Hi Megan, hi Bethany. I don't care if you're late, I'm glad you're here. So, okay y'all, last week I talked about sleep tips and stuff, and I got super distracted because guess what? I got a lot to say. And hey Sarah, I don't like this term, but it makes perfect example. Diarrhea of the mouth. You put me on a topic, I start talking, guess what? Next thing I know, 30 minutes has passed and we're rolling past the 30-minute time limit that I like to keep. So hopefully I'm going to not do that tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna happen. Same thing's gonna happen as last week because I talk too much and that's what happens. All right, so we're gonna get started with the martini. Sorry y'all, I mean, I can't lie. I mean, I talk a lot, I have a lot to say, and if you give me an outlet to talk, guess what? I'm going to. Tonight is the White Chocolate Cranberry Martini. I'm not the biggest fan of white chocolate, but it's something that is starting to grow over onto me over the past couple of years. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to become a huge fan of white chocolate. It's probably dependent upon, of course, what the dish is or what the dessert is, but we'll see. All right, first you need, okay, for white chocolate cranberry martini, you need 4 parts cranberry juice. Okay, now while I'm doing this, I want to ask y'all if there's, now I do have, I'll show y'all in a minute, a kind of like a script type thing of things to remember to mention, but if there are any things that you guys have questions about, things you want to see, guess what? Let me know. Y'all can guide this thing too. So, any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, 4 parts cranberry juice, 2 parts whipped vodka. This is gonna end up filling my shaker up. I need to create a martinis with Manda Amazon wish list. So if anybody wants to get like Manda some stuff for these things, that'd be lovely. Okay, you need 2 parts white chocolate liqueur, and that one is empty. And like I said, I buy the small ones because girl can't afford a $30 bottle of white chocolate. I mean, because Montana only has, actually no, I did find another one this last weekend. They have Godiva. The Godiva here is 35 bucks for the bottle. I don't use it that often, so the small ones make sense. And a dash of grenadine. So if you are keeping tabs on that, this is going to make a whole lot of drink. 2 parts white chocolate liqueur, 2 parts whipped vodka, 4 parts cranberry juice, and a dash of grenadine. Shake it all up. I got something sticky on my finger. All right, and then you are going to, of course, shake with the ice and pour. It looks like a pinkish white chocolate and cranberry mixture. All right, so one thing, I always have a rag or a cloth or something. Usually I have a wet one, that way so if I get anything sticky, I can wipe it off. I did not this evening. I don't know why, but I don't. That is surprisingly good. That is surprisingly good. White chocolate cranberry martini, 2 parts chocolate liqueur, 2 parts whipped vodka, 4 parts cranberry juice, and a dash of grenadine. Surprisingly good. Perfect for your holiday parties, events, whatever you're doing this upcoming holiday season. Really good. Okay, so a little behind the scenes stuff. I am a bit neurotic when it comes to planning. I am super type A. So it's only been the past like 6 months that I have come up with like a system that has kind of worked for me, planning these whole things out. It's not a ton of work or anything, but I like to be super organized, and I have to create a system that makes me feel super organized. Now, most people would be all on the cell phones, on the laptops, creating calendars and all that kind of stuff. I'm a pen and paper kind of person. I am someone that has to have things visually laid out in front of me. I cannot look at a computer screen and plan something like that. I just can't. So, planning this, this whole thing is probably not ideal for most people, but guess what? It works for me. So, let me tell y'all, the week prior, a week before a Facebook Live, I go through and kind of plan out, I kind of make a script. I've got a little clipboard here where I've made like a little script, details or whatever, written down little points that I want to say, things I make sure I mention, reminders, whatever. The recipe for the martini, because nobody wants, if people are making the martinis, they don't want to join on and then realize that, hey, this girl don't know what she's doing. But anyway, so I kind of, the week prior, go through and kind of plan out the Monday night. I write kind of my script. I do any kind of crafting. I do any kind of, prep that needs to be done. Sunday nights, usually while I'm cooking dinner, I always make a point to cook dinners on Sunday nights. because I like to utilize my time well. So if I'm cooking dinner, I'm usually throwing something on the stove or in the oven. And during that time while it's cooking, I set up for tonight. I set up the lighting, I get out all my alcohols, I lay out and organize supplies, I jot down anything additional to the script. Again, I keep saying script. It's more of like a guideline. And then I list whatever needs to be done before starting tonight. So, you know, adding ice to the shaker, pulling out like any thing that is kept in the fridge, things that, you know, have to be kept cold, stuff that can't be done until the last minute. So I make kind of like a, here's what you need to do, you know, the last few minutes or whatever. Yes, amaretto spritzers are good. All right, so I'm going to, okay, here's the little start of the field trip work. First of all, despite me having a script, guess what? I still feel kind of lost. All right, so on Mondays, it's about noon my time, I do like a reminder post. I take a picture or I share something to kind of remind people that the Facebook Live is coming up this evening. And then of course 30 minutes, 5 o'clock my time, I do another post saying, hey y'all, 30 minutes, guess what? Be there because I need all the support I can get. And of course during that 30 minutes while we're getting ready, filling the shaker with ice, getting all my supplies ready, organized, I go to the bathroom 30 times. I rub on a billion oils for nerves because despite the fact I've been doing this for nearly 2 years, I still get nervous. Guess what? I also, I'm not gonna lie, I make a drink. It's usually a cherry Pepsi with vanilla vodka. I start usually about 30 minutes before, 45 minutes or so before, cut the nerves, you know. Take the dog out twice because this happened a few times here. I try and, you know, get started and he's got to go out. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to take this off and hopefully I don't, they have not placed the buttons very well here because with the Samsung Android, if you hit the reverse buttons, it's next to the back button. So that means if I hit reverse and accidentally go down a little too far, it wants to close out all the apps that are open. Not good. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this around. I hope I don't trip over anything and hit the wrong button. All right, so here we go. This is where it all happens. So as you can see, I actually spent a little money, not as much as I probably should have, for a nice light. There is my drink, my little script, my little, you know, kind of notes to remember to say. I always set up all the alcohols and stuff for the martini. This red box goes upstairs and downstairs with me. If you have a house with stairs, you know what a pain it is taking things up and downstairs. So this box has an extension cord, which is actually being used upstairs that we're going to use in a minute. I run a brush through my hair, of course, and add a little bit of color to my lips before we get started. So this goes upstairs and downstairs with me and usually carries all the supplies that I, you know, may need. Okay, here is my bar. It's my bar. Here's how everything's laid out. There's no organization really except for the top where I've got like all my juices and stuff. But there's all my alcohols, everything that I use. Yep, that is the husband's whiskey. He was given it for his birthday. I am not a whiskey fan. That is his. So anyways, that is my bar. Now, if you've been watching for a while and you have seen other nights when I've like cooked or done anything that is messy, this is the scene you've probably seen. That is the kitchen. I don't know why it's trying to focus like that. Okay. there is going into my kitchen. So I'm gonna go around here to the other side. I'm gonna take my cup with me because I'm a lady and that's what I do. Yep. Anyway, so if you are watching on those nights, this is kind of the opposite side of the camera. There you go. So there's my kitchen. And if I ever need any, you know, messy, anything, you know, any kind of cooking, if I need the sink for any reason, there you go. I do not care for this house. We got it because it was super cheap, because everything is beige. No, we did not buy it because it was beige. I don't like it because it's beige. There's tons of beige. It's very hard to do any nice pictures here. Hey, we're gonna go upstairs. Told y'all, little field trip. I'm trying to not go long past my time like I did last week. All right, anyways, we're gonna go into my craft room where the majority of my Martinis with Amanda stuff is organized and planned. So let me set that down. Okay, so first, right here. This is probably, like I said, not ideal for most people. More complicated for others, or more complicated than I'm making it. But guess what? It works for me. So what I've done is I have planned ahead probably, right now I've got Facebook Lives planned through like February. So what I've done is I've gone through and I have actually printed off all of the Mondays in 2019. And as I plan Facebook Lives, I create a bin, depending on what it needs. If it is a bin that is going to require a lot of supplies, guess what? It's going to get one of these bins. So on December 3rd, we're doing tacky sweaters. If you're doing like an ugly sweater contest or something like that, we're going to make an ugly sweater on Facebook Live. So in these bins, I add all the supplies, anything I need to do that Facebook Live. If it's just a recipe or something that doesn't, if it's just a recipe or something that doesn't need all that, it just gets a little folder. Next week we are doing single serve cheesecakes. So inside of here, it just has the recipe. And I've also printed out all of the graphics that I have made for the martinis. So up here, I've got all the folders for recipes and stuff. I've got inside of there, I've printed off all the graphics and everything for the martinis and stuff. So anyways, that's the supplies and stuff that I think I may need for Facebook Lives. And as I buy things and see things on sale, I can add it to the boxes. All right, so I'm going to turn... Oh, I don't know if I want to turn that on here. This is probably what's gonna, you know, tell people that I make it more difficult than I need to. I made myself and laminated a calendar, a blank calendar. So what I do is whenever I start planning the next month, I go through and I, of course, it's Velcroed because that's what I do. I Velcro, I can change the dates depending on where the dates fall. And yeah, anyway. So this is where people are going to be like, yeah, man, that's too much work. Like I said, cannot visualize something on a computer screen. So what I do is I take my ideas or the pictures or whatever, and I print them out. So then all I have to do is basically all I'm doing is taping them down and organizing them in a pattern or a schedule that I think will work. Once I do all that, then I turn around and go to these books in a minute. I'll show you. But anyway, so it's probably a whole lot more work than what people would do. It's probably super easy to do it like on Google Docs or some other planner, but this works for me. Again, I'm visual. I have to lay it all out like this. Of course, Facebook Lives on Mondays. I have tomorrow things to post, on Sunday to remind people about the next day. On Fridays, I always have an on Monday. Of course, so, like I said, it works for me. It's something that only takes me a couple of minutes to put together, and it works for me. So now I'm going to see if I can flip this over well. Like I said, we're in my craft room. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to see if I can slide this in here without messing things up. And then I'm going to turn on my little light here. I did not share, but I do have I use this backdrop quite often for photos. I have fancy lighting thingies over there. I'm trying really hard. This is one of these things I am seriously learning as I go. I am not a photographer. I am not a someone that just knows what to do. So this is one of these things I have been seriously learning as I go. So as I'm trying to take pictures and all that stuff, I am Googling and researching how to do this stuff. So when it comes to planning, I have a book. This is seriously, I don't even know who makes it, and I am really upset by that because I do have a link to it on my laptop. This is like one of the best organizers I've ever seen before in my life. The only thing I wish is that it was more of a binder, so you could actually open it up and add sections or whatever. But it's got 12 folders, of course, back and front with pockets and everything, spiral bound. And what I've done is I've got a section for crafting, you know, home organization and cleaning. I've got a folder, you know, for Facebook Lives, favorite products, whatever. And what I've done is, as I think of things, I go through and add it to the list. I go through and add it to the list. So this is all my craft stuff. So I've got loads and loads and loads and loads of ideas for Facebook Lives, things to share, whatever. I mean, it's just a list of stuff. And then what I do is I go through, and if it's like holiday or seasonal related, I go through, and like this one is a snowflakes thing. I have December next to it, Facebook Live, meaning that it can be a Facebook Live. So as I'm planning Facebook Lives, it's super easy for me to go through and see, okay, that's just for December, or that's just for, you know, the spring or whatever. But home organization and cleaning. Like I said, I've got a crap ton of ideas. Yes, and crap ton is a official unit of measurement. Just like that. Okay, so anyway, this is where all of my ideas are stored. All of my ideas. As I think of things, they get thrown in here. Okay, so this is kind of my planner. I am not a fan of planners, again, because I'm visual. It's very hard for me. I've never been able to use a student planner or any of those like weekly or monthly planners, because it's very hard for me to remember to go through and add something when I think about it. So it's a whole lot easier for me just to make a to-do list and just keep adding on to it than it's weird. I know. Whatever. So this is actually a, I think it's House of Doolittle planner, and it's a 2-year planner. I love it. It's my favorite. And I'm about to order another one. This one has lasted me all of 2018, and it's going to last me all of 2019. And I'm going to order another one that will last me through 2021, I think. I'm not sure. Either way, though, what I do is I've gone through, of course, there's the dates and everything. I have found a couple of websites that list all the unique and random holidays. So I've gone through and added a bunch of those, like January 4th is National Spaghetti Day. Bet you didn't know that. National Spaghetti Day. But anyways, I've gone through and, you know, reminders for me to post, you know, on Mondays. Things for me to remember, you know, tomorrow. And then on the side over here, it's got a little note section where I have gone through and listed all the things, the possible topics, the stuff that I could discuss, share, whatever. But right now, let me show you what it looks like as I, so what I do is I go through and I fill out this big old calendar and everything. As I think of ideas and everything, I print out the pictures, tape them onto that, and then I jot them down on the dates. And then as because I do use Facebook scheduling posts, and I do use Later. It's an app for scheduling Instagram and Pinterest posts. So I go through and I write everything on there, and as I complete that post, I check it off that I've done it. Most of the time I go through and pull off the pictures and trash them after I've posted it. I've already planned the majority of these. I haven't taken it off for tonight because I wanted to, have a visual for tonight or whatever. So I am starting to plan January and everything. So that's the reason why it's so blank. But in the next couple days, it will start getting full of things that I have already started planning. I am not sure this is working for me or not, but I went through and I wrote down all of the Mondays in 2019, and I am writing down ideas for Facebook Lives. Again, I welcome your all's ideas. I want you guys to have input on what you guys want to see. As you guys see cool things, as you guys see things that I should do, please send them my way. Just because I'm planning something, there's been several times I have gone through and nixed an idea and thrown something else in. So I welcome your ideas. Send them my way. I want to do what you guys want to see. So do that. Of course, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, all that. Now, because, 3 minutes left, told y'all. Now, so that's the majority of what goes on for the planning. Now, when this all gets over and done with, when I hit finish, what I do is, of course, post the whole video to Facebook, and then I turn around and I download the video to my laptop. Then I upload the video to YouTube. That way, so all of the Facebook Lives are available on YouTube. I turn around and upload the martini recipe to Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest. I make sure that all of my social medias are accounted for the evening. So when I get done here, I still have another like 45 minutes of stuff that I'm doing besides cleaning up. And the husband knows every Monday night is pizza night, because it's super easy for me to throw a freezer pizza in the oven while I'm cleaning up and doing all this stuff that needs to be posted. So that's a little behind the scenes, a little bit. Of course, there's tons more that goes inside of this, chaotic head of mine. But gives you a little bit of insight of what I do plan. Any questions? Ideas? Yeah. There you go. Okay, so next week. What are we doing? My notes are downstairs, so we have a problem. Next week we are making single serve cheesecakes. With the holidays coming up, you may need a quick dessert or something quick you can make for any kind of event, party, whatever. So we're doing some quick single serve cheesecakes. Or if you just like cheesecake and want something that you can enjoy with no guilt, make these. You don't have to have an event or a party or whatever. And we're going to do the cheesecake martini. Just like that. And if y'all don't know, 2 weeks from today, my birthday. Yep. It's my birthday. 2 weeks from today. We're going to celebrate. I'm not quite sure we're going to do that night. We're going to do something though. So, there you go. Okay, hope y'all have a hope y'all have a great rest of your evening. And hope y'all have a good week ahead of you. And I'm looking forward to next week and the next and the next and the next and the next. Again, send me your ideas. Go to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I like all of them. Share them with your friends. Send me your ideas, all that good stuff. I love y'all. Thanks for joining me, and I will see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.